Hey everybody, Monty here, and I have a special early access view into the new Steam release of Space Colony. And this episode I was lucky enough to have a special guest. So let's get right to it. Here's the interview with Pascal from Firefly. After the interview, I'll give you a little summary of it and let you guys know how to contact us. As always, comment below. Both myself and some of the PR managers from Firefly Studios will be actively monitoring both my channel and, of course, the Steam discussion board. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. I've got a little bit of gameplay of some of the new campaign in the background, so I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. Well, hey everyone, this is Monty here from Monty Rico Gaming, and I have a special guest with me today, Pascal from Firefly Studios with Space Colony for the new Steam Edition release. They've given me the opportunity and time to kind of go over what's new with the Steam Edition, and we're going to go from there. So, Pascal, thanks for joining me, and if you'd like, please introduce yourself and kind of tell me your connection with Space Colony, and we'll go from there.
Yes, thank you for having me. So I work for Firefly Studios. I'm one of the community managers, and I'm pretty much there to answer any questions you or our players have, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing now.
That's great. I mean, I know Firefly Studios has always been really big with maintaining their relationship with their fan base. I mean, Stronghold and Space Colony, among many other games that you guys just continue to thrive on. I mean, they've been out for, it's kind of crazy to think, decades now, and they're still really popular. So, I mean, first off, so you're the community manager. I mean, how do you sort through all these comments and suggestions from your fans to actually influence like a remastered game compared to developing a new game?
I'm not going to lie and say it's easy. I mean, this game dates back to 2003,
Yeah.
and back then putting out updates was quite difficult because we'd have to upload them to a website, and then only a fraction of the people would actually go and bother and get the update from there. So we kind of have a long backlog now of all the wishes and suggestions that players have had since 2003. And with the Steam version, we thought, okay, we want to breathe new life into the game, but we also want to keep the game true to itself. So we didn't want to make something like a Space Colony 2 out of it, but more than an extended version of what it already is. So we've put in a few more campaign missions, so New Galaxy, and we've looked at what did players really enjoy about it, what should we not touch at all, and what was the most common problem players had. And one thing we noticed is that with all our games, they can be quite challenging and difficult. Some people love them, love Space Colony and Stronghold because not everyone can win.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, I have the same problem. I was very happy when I found out that there are cheats for Space Colony. It just is so intense at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree. You jump into that game thinking, oh, yeah, it's just another little space sim. I'm just gonna build some stuff, make it look pretty, and then next thing you know, you're overrun by aliens and it's mission over. So,
exactly. It's like, you restart the mission 5 times until you realize how to get the hang of it.
yeah, I mean, so with the Steam edition, I mean, did they actually go revamp some of the difficulty levels as well, or how did that
we
go?
looked at each mission individually, and we have had some of our newer employees play through them and kind of get some noob feedback in that sense.
Yeah, yeah.
We realized that just some of the values we might want to tweak a bit, and looking at the relationships are quite important between the colonists and Space Colony.
Yes.
And they're quite difficult to maintain as well. So we've made a few tweaks there just to give people, a bit of a break when it comes to making friends or colonists falling in love.
Yeah, I mean, so with that, I mean, because this is a colony builder game, and of course, kind of almost a defense. I don't even know in 2003 if they named tower defense games, but you got to set up your colony and make sure that you have it all well defended. But you did bring up you've got this social aspect of it. I mean, what do you guys really do to kind of like differentiate yourself from other life simulation games that are out there?
Well, in many of the other life simulation games, it's kind of an open-end thing, so you don't really have missions that you need to complete. In Space
True.
Colony, there's always a goal you need to reach. It's not just, hey, let's build up a colony and, see how big we can make it. Although that's possible in free build, but
Yep.
that's not the main idea of the game. You're actually completing goals given to you by your evil boss at Blackwater Industries.
Yeah, he's a pretty nasty guy. It was good to see him he makes a little comeback in some of the new campaigns and stuff like that. So he's still trucking along after the last 20 years or so.
Oh yeah, he's not giving up. He'll squeeze every credit out of you that he can possibly.
So something kind of on a funny note. I mean, how do you guys go from like medieval castle games from Stronghold to Space Colony? I mean, you got to like put on some spacesuits or like dress up in medieval gear to like change modes, or how do you transition there?
Well, you do take all of the shields and all the swords that you have lying in the office and just put them to the side for a bit to only take those out in the lunch break when you want to play.
I gotcha. There you go.
But I mean, the games are fairly similar in some aspects. So you have the micromanagement,
Yes.
which is just something we love to concentrate on. And we basically took the basic Stronghold DNA and thought, how do we make this a bit more quirky, a bit more modern? How do we take this into another scene? So we put a lot more emphasis on the actual, as I already said, relationships between them. Stronghold doesn't have it as much. We took a lot of the warfare out, made it more of an economic game.
Yeah.
And we haven't bought spacesuits yet, but it is on our wish list.
Maybe that's there now with the Steam edition out. It's going to really pump up, and it'll be the next best thing. So I guess I did notice on the webpage on April 1st, you guys had some really fun humor, and I saw that there was like a joke of a new game coming out that was going to be a merge of Space Colony and Strongholds, where the characters were actually going to interact, and you'd have your like space colonists in your fortified castle, but just it didn't seem like it was going to work out too well. So that's a little bit too bad that it's not going to be a reality. But some good humor there for sure.
I thought it would be, a great fit, and I don't know if you saw the post from a few days later where we said that it's not coming out anytime soon because of difficulties with characters from Space Colony interacting with the Stronghold ones. Two of them fell in love, and we just couldn't release the game like that.
I saw that.
Never
Yeah,
say
it's
never. Never say never.
never say never. So there's still a chance. There's still a chance for sure.
It's not like it was a joke or anything.
Oh, there you go. See, I'm excited again. I'm ready for it. So that's the kind of the little crossovers I like to see. So best of both worlds there. So I'm just trying to think. It's so exciting now that with the game going to Steam. I mean, you guys already had like a map editor and things like that, but now, I mean, are people going to be able to really? That's part of Steam Workshop as well. They're going to be able to just share that with each other, or how is that going to work?
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons we're so excited to get on Steam, because they just offer these amazing features like the Steam Workshops, the Steam Cloud service, being able to, share all your data, and even getting stuff like trading cards and achievements. Everyone loves getting achievements for what they do. And we're glad that we're able to present that to players without putting, a lot of our limited resources into it, because we are a small team.
Yes.
I mean, we're an indie developer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see that we can just take that from Steam, and we're very excited that now players have one point or one place on the internet where they can share all their magnificent creations. I mean, for the HD release that we had a couple of years ago on GOG, we already included some of the maps and missions that players made.
I see. Yeah.
And this is just a great opportunity for us to give more exposure to even more player creations.
Yeah, and then you actually just touched on something that I was going to ask about next, was kind of like the size of the team that goes into this. I think everyone and a lot of fans too think that there's just, oh, Firefly, it's a big strong name, and there's these huge teams and just buildings full of people working on these things. I mean, what's the reality of it? I mean, for a remastered version like this, I mean, what's the size of the team and kind of the process that goes into redeveloping this?
It's actually quite different than you explained.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the original team that created Space Colony, it was pretty much a backbone of seven guys, including designers, programmers, etc. And now we've grown a bit as a studio, so we have about 30 people employed. But obviously, we don't all work on remastering Space Colony.
Exactly.
Yeah. With other projects going, we've had one full-time programmer looking at it, and then several artists helping with the HD version. But it was a small team, pretty much one guy who actually programmed it.
Yeah, and see, I think that's what's important is I don't think people really recognize that with a lot of these games today, and I mean that's just what it is. We don't have these armies of programmers working on these things, you know. So, any ideas or glimpses of what's in the future? I mean, we've got Space Colony now and some strongholds. I mean, if this goes well, I'm looking forward to a Space Colony 2 or something like that in the future. I mean, what about yourself?
Oh yeah, I'd love to see a Space Colony too.
Yeah.
And it's about time as well, if you think about it. I mean, we just released Crusader 2, which came 12 years after Crusader 1.
Yep.
I'm not saying that we are planning Space Colony 2, but nothing is impossible. And we would never say no to an opportunity to expand on a game that people loved so much.
And I think what's really interesting nowadays is we've got, and it might make it difficult as well. You've got Kickstarters are just a huge deal now, and then early access games. I mean, it's kind of like what you guys are doing now that you can finally get on Steam and get that feedback right away. So many companies are doing that now to where it almost seems like you're going to reinvigorate all the old Space Colony fans and show the game off to a whole new group of people that didn't even know really that it existed. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people just addicted to Steam and they don't know of GOG or anything else. So, yeah, hopefully this really reinvigorates the game and there'll be a Space Colony 2 in the works. Hopefully, fingers crossed for sure.
I mean,
so.
we have a whole new generation that's now growing up to play games.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to really get them into Space Colony, even though now it looks completely retro.
Yeah, but I think retro games are doing really well recently. I mean, I've been seeing that, and I think more people are going back playing those games compared to before. So the fact that people aren't having to try to figure out how to make a game work from 15 years ago, and you guys kind of keep up with it and make sure they're working on new systems, I think is really great for the fan base. You're keeping those games up and alive, you know. So, but of course, we want to see new games as well. So.
Don't worry, we certainly won't stop making games.
Exactly. And the new content. I mean, I just can't believe with Space Colony now, just the amount of campaigns that are going to be user created and that will be uploaded that people will be able to play. I think it's just going to be that alone is endless. I can't even get through all the planets that are in the game now, and then to think that there's going to be now hundreds of user created planets being uploaded. So that's going to be really exciting.
It's going to keep you busy until the second part comes.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure. I mean, the game's coming out. When is it? Later this month, or what's the release for?
April 30th.
Okay.
When it hits Steam.
Very nice. So I'm trying to think. I mean, we've kind of covered a lot today. I mean, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about specifically about the new Steam Edition release, or what else would you like to mention today?
Well, I was wondering, you've played the game a bit?
I did actually. You guys gave me a beta build, and I have been playing through a little bit of the new campaign in the Galaxy map.
So what have you thought about it? Any feedback?
I mean, so far, I've really had fun with it. I kind of wanted to go through, and I played through the campaign. I'm not going to lie. I did it on easy, because I actually got to work a little bit more on the social aspect, as you said. Because before, I like the military campaign side of it, which seems to have a little bit more of that stronghold feel. You got to get your defenses up and make sure you're dealing with that. So I used to really just ignore the social side of it. But now you can play it on easy. You can still defend your base. And I'm having fun really learning all the different personalities and traits of each individual colonist. I mean, it transfers over from mission to mission, like all their different relationships and how they interact with each other. So that's been a lot of fun for me. But I kicked it up to normal, and it definitely created a good challenge that I'd like. Because if anything, I worry about that. People play the game and they go, it's just too easy. There's no challenge to it. But I gotta say, with how it's been remastered, there is a Space Colony for you. Whether you like it just colony building and laid back, whether you like it fast paced and intense. So I've kind of gone all over the board on your question because you kind of flipped the questions on me. But I'm definitely really liking how it looks right now. I think that there's definitely things that could be changed, but for this game, you don't want to mess with a classic. It'd be for another Space Colony. You know, I think this game is where it needs to be now. And we'll just see with everyone's comments now that everyone's going to be playing it. I'm sure we're going to get bombarded with Steam comments and discussion boards of what's good and bad with the game. So I think it'll be interesting to see where we go from it.
And I'm looking forward to hearing what all the players think.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get some more videos out there and getting some feedback on it. Everything's been really positive, and everyone's just like, "Oh, I'm so excited to just get back into that game." Or they were doing bad in college because they were playing too much of this game. You know, like staying up all night playing Space Colony. So that's been my week. You know? Ever since I've had this beta, I'm like, "Oh, I got to go work. Hold on, no, I got to get through another campaign on Space Colony." So it's definitely got that fun, addictive feel. And it keeps bringing me back every day once I get home from work. So
yeah, we've had great fun testing it as well.
Yeah. So
blast. But yeah, if anyone out there, if Buzz Aldrin, if you're listening, or anyone with a spacesuit, please send it to our offices.
Yes, these guys need some spacesuits while they're building on their Space Colony game, for sure. Well, I mean, Pascal, thanks for taking the time again and letting me ask you some questions about Space Colony, the new Steam edition. And I'm really excited. This is it's gonna be fun. We got only a few more weeks until the big release, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Thank you again for having me on your channel.
Yeah, it was great. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it out to the trade shows, and if ever you're out in the U.S., you know, for sure, give me a Skype call, and we'll go hit up some of these trade shows.
I will let you know.
All right.
Maybe, depending on what we have, challenge you to a multiplayer.
Oh no. I know, we got to get some of that going. I'm actually excited about building my own campaign for Space Colony, so hopefully, it might take a few weeks, because I want to try to build something nice, but I'll come out with a little campaign.
Send it to me.
Will do. It won't be easy, though.
Looking forward to a challenge.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you around.
Have a great day.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. And this was just a quick little touch into some of what's new with this Steam edition. So thanks for tuning into my channel. And again, if you have any questions, we've got our little Twitter hashtags at DMontyRico for myself. We've got at Firefly Worlds if you have any questions. And of course, you can also contact Pascal as well. So again, this was a great opportunity. I really had fun doing this, and I hope to talk with these guys some more. Maybe even talk about some strongholds, and in the future, hopefully, talk about some new games that they're coming out with as well. So thanks again for watching, and again, remember, comment below. Both myself and the community managers from Firefly Studios for Space Colony will be actively monitoring both the comments in my channel, and of course take it to the this is Steam, right? So head to the community on Steam. You can look at guides, you can post videos, pictures of your games, and ask questions there. And the feedback is already pretty instantaneous from the developers and from these guys. So again, hope to see you guys in the game, and keep on gaming. Thanks for watching. Peace on out.